University in the United States about the risk of talking to police. You have no obligation to talk to police under any circumstances, for any reason. But what happens is the police come to the crime scene and they want to find out what's happened, and they want to find the bad guy. So they start talking to everybody, and they start developing witness statements, and they take observations, and they try to isolate the crime scene where there might be physical evidence, sort of the CSI kind of stuff. And they've got to be very careful because they can contaminate the scene, they can be picking up bits of evidence. There's something called chain of custody, which means that if I find the shell casing from a bullet on the ground and I pick it up, I got to put it in a bag, I got to mark it, I've got to be able to account for what happened to that shell casing between when I picked it up off the ground and when it's introduced into evidence in the court. So the police have to, because again, a limitation on what the police can do are the rules of evidence. That what they find, what they produce as their investigation, has to be admissible into court ultimately. So there's a safeguard there. So, and of course, the charter is engaged at this point because they go start talking to people, and maybe they find a suspect. And maybe the police say, well, everybody over here says that you did it. And they come over and they say, what do you have to say for yourself? What are you going to do? Are there any rights engaged at that point? Do you have to talk to that police officer? Don't talk to cops. Don't talk to cops, especially if you did it. I was a defense lawyer, so that is my perspective. A Crown attorney might say to you, you should talk to cops because it's in the best interest of society that the police solve the crime and you should take responsibility for what you did wrong. But that's not how the adversarial system works, and you're presumed innocent. So, when the police are conducting their investigative stage, they have to do their job. Their job is to get you to say I did it and close the file. That's their job, and that might be the best thing for society. But there's a tension here between your right to be left alone by the state. Now, who's going to tell me that your right to be left alone is surrendered because you might have committed a crime?